Hello, what's up, everyone? Welcome into Up on the Wire podcast. My name is Spencer Urquhart. I am here with my fellow writer, Aaron Gonsoulin. We're here to give you a look behind the scenes at some of the stories we've written. And I know Aaron here has written one about the mascot situation at our very own UL Lafayette. So just tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, Spencer. First of all, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, no problem, man.
Yeah, so the mascot thing has been it's been interchanged pretty much since the beginning of UL or USL before then. It went from bulldogs to chicken people. I guess you can say there's Cajun Man, there was a cayenne pepper, and now it's kind of like a secret. It's kind of shrouded in darkness. You want to say about what's the new mascot. So I wrote a story about it, and I kind of investigated because as a student yourself and also an avid sports fan, the mascots are an important part of the UL sports team. So as a journalist, first and foremost, I wanted to get the right answers and the correct answers. So that's what I did, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, I didn't get much because they really didn't want to talk to you, but it was really fun researching and learning about the different types of mascots we had.
For sure, for sure. Just to be clear, this is just changing or talking about the physical mascot, not the actual
Yeah.
name of the
No,
university.
Yeah, it's the mascot itself.
Right, right,
So
cool, cool. So yeah, definitely. So we're definitely gonna stick with the Ragin Cajuns, which I'm on board with. Very unique name, sets us apart
yeah.
from other universities. But so I'd like to ask you, like, I guess why is it a secret? I guess why do you think they're having secret committees
Yeah.
about an issue like a mascot, something that most people view as like a fun,
Yeah.
casual thing, it's for the
Yeah.
kids, like.
Yeah. First, the whatever the mascot will be. I mean, there's a couple, names. I guess you can say, quote unquote, being discussed. But whatever it's going to be, it's going to be Raging Cajun. So
Hmm.
if it was Raging Cajuns, snowflakes, it'll be the Raging Cajun snowflakes. If it was a football, the Raging Cajun footballs, which wouldn't make sense. But the three names that I've heard from, I talked to a couple sources who wish to remain anonymous because they can get in serious trouble. So which is fine. I don't want anyone to get in trouble. The three names I've heard were a bulldog, a pelican, and an alligator. And I mean, the bulldog makes sense because we were the bulldogs for a time. I think that's the one that would make the most sense. But it's they're I really don't know why they would have to keep secret. I know from the people I've talked to, they're not really there aren't any students on the committee, and the people I've talked to believe because if a student was on the committee, if they picked a certain animal to be the mascot, other students might get upset if they wanted their animal to be the mascot. So I think that's why they're trying to keep it secret and on the down low.
Gotcha, gotcha. So you've met with the people at the committee. Have you gone to any of their meetings or?
No, I did not meet with anyone on the committee. They signed NDAs, so
Oh,
they
okay,
couldn't really
okay.
speak about it. So
Okay.
I called, and they switched me to their PR person, who just gave me a PR answer.
Oh yeah.
So, um, but the committee reportedly is set to announce the new mascot for homecoming for this year's homecoming. They're going to unveil the new mascot because Brian Maggart, who's head of sports and athletics, he tweeted 2 years ago, July 2017, that there'll be word on the new mascot in the next 12 to 24 months. Well, I mean, looking at my watch that I don't have on me right now, it's almost been 2 years. It's gonna be 2 years in July, so they have like 3 months to make a decision. But yeah, that's what I got out of it.
Gotcha, gotcha. So you mentioned the three potential: the bulldog, the alligator, the
Pelican.
pelican. Yeah, and and they're all Louisiana options, but it just seems kind of odd because none of those are like a raging Cajun. Like,
No,
so is Cayenne out? Like, was no
yeah.
more
And
Cayenne?
the weird thing is, like cayenne, no one really talked about it. It's like vanishment, I guess you can say, or it's not being the mascot anymore. And so I called communications and spoke to a couple of people, and again, they weren't really able to tell me anything. But yeah, the Cayenne was the last mascot, and it was really weird. It just went away. We really didn't have any word on why it went away, and it was just crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I know he wasn't the most popular, but I mean, it's still, I mean, it's a guy dressed up,
Yeah,
taking pictures with the kids and trying to help hype the crowd up. That was something that,
yeah,
that's a whole nother ball issue there that we could get into. The lack of, I think you had mentioned this in your story, actually, the lack of
yeah,
students at the games. It was, I mean, this is my opinion, but it was putrid last year. The
yeah.
student attendance, which is, I mean, I mean, we're both students here. Hopefully, our football program. I mean, the football program itself's pretty good, but hopefully the student attendance gets back up. Do you feel like maybe this unveiling of the mascot could help get more students in the seats?
Well, that's one of the main points when I spoke to one of my sources. They were saying that athletics is kind of like desperate right now because no one's going to the games, and like if they don't go to the games, they don't make money.
Yep, that's
And I
money
mean,
drives the ship.
yeah, that's the name of the game there, and that's kind of like what they were trying to do. They're trying to build up this anticipation and this mystery about what is it going to be. So they would come to the games, and because the person I talked to said that when the football players are at playing on Saturdays and they're playing their hearts out and they see the stage or the stadium is empty, they're not going to want to play. So like if athletics can do something to drive that student interest and pique their interest and fan interest, it'll just make the unique approach to being and going to the games that much better.
Definitely, yeah, they've got to try something because I know my cousin's in a band and he told me it's much easier and much more fun to perform when it's like when you have a crowd to feed off of that energy.
Yeah. So let me ask you, what do you think? What would you like the mascot to be? Because I have my own opinion.
Oh, sure. Yeah, well, yeah, we'll get into that. Actually, oh, and just to be clear, is this gonna be a live mascot or is this gonna be
Well,
somebody in a suit
well,
like a?
that's something we don't know. But I mean, if it's a bulldog, obviously they can have a live bulldog on it.
Right, kind of
But,
like a
but like
Georgia, I know
yeah,
does
when you
that.
think of bulldogs, you think of the University of Georgia. Like you don't
Hmm.
think, and like if you think alligator, you think of Florida.
The only thing,
So
this is like right, this is what I'm thinking. The only thing with the bulldog, it's like UL used to be the bulldog
yeah,
back with USL, so it's like
and apparently like
I just don't know if that would work because then you kind of bring back the old stuff, and it's like you're kind of
yeah,
I don't know. In the USL days, the team was awful for the most part. They had the Jake Delhomme era in the '90s, but other than that, I mean, the
yeah,
USL days were days to forget. So I don't think it's gonna be Bulldog. Pelican, you're not gonna be able to bring in a live Pelican. Then we got the New Orleans Pelicans,
yeah,
and their mascot like creeps the hell out of everybody.
yeah.
So I'm thinking Gator.
Gator, man. See, I would love like we had Cajun Man in the past, and
Right.
Professor Lovell loves the idea of like having a Cajun Man dressed up because Ragin Cajun is one of the most unique names in college athletics. Like there's no other Cajun. I mean, there's obviously like bulldogs or alligators. There's those they have that already, but like a Cajun is very unique, especially to this area. It's very important to this area. It's rich in culture, so they can have someone dressed up as a Cajun performing, and he would be a hit at
I kind of
halftime
I could
shows.
see that definitely. I kind of like the minor league baseball team, the Acadiana Cane Cutters, have a guy just as Eddie the Cane Cutter, and the kids love him. I mean,
Yeah,
I think the Cajun Man could work as long as you present him in a good, fun way. Don't make him look all
offensive.
creepy. No, yeah, exactly,
In
or offensive. Just
offensive.
make him like. Don't make him look like he's an alcoholic. Make him look like he's just like your typical Cajun dad at a Sunday barbecue. I don't know. Just
Yeah,
something more, something kid friendly. Because
yeah,
that's the key to it, I feel like, for the mascot anyway. For the dressed up mascot. As far as getting students in the stands, though, that'll be a little trickier.
yeah,
But I'm thinking maybe another option would be like, maybe like a crawfish. I mean, I know people love crawfish around here.
yeah. But are crawfish intimidating though? That's the question we should be asking ourselves. I mean, I would prefer
Yeah,
a
this
pelican.
auto Cajun man isn't really that intimidating.
Yeah, it's unique though. So, but maybe crawfish.
Yep.
You never know. But
Yeah,
like,
we'll see. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they come up with because they've got options at least. Raging Cajuns, and we have a unique culture, very distinct, stands out on its own. So
yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do. But you never know with UL. But from what I hear, the most likely idea would be a bulldog. So, but like if you ask students around, they're like, Cayenne's the mascot, right? I'm like, no, it's not. I even polled like 150 students, and like the majority of them just assumed it was Cayenne. But you just that's where we're at right now in this day and age.
yeah, I
So
think Yeah, I think they're gonna have to try something new, and maybe it's with this committee. Another thing I'm thinking possibly, or the with the student you mentioned, then the student governors association said they want to be a part of the committee, correct? So I
Yeah.
feel like at some point the students in the committee are, I mean, I feel like should come together at some point, right?
Yeah, they just want to have. That's what the Student Government Association is for. SGA is to be that voice for us to give them what we want to the school because they have a better platform. So I mean, hopefully in the future, but you just don't hold your breath on it. But you never know. Good things can happen for us if we show that will and that want. So
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, Aaron. I enjoyed talking to you about this. We'll stay tuned. Hopefully, we'll come up with a good mascot here in the next few months.
yes, sir. Thank you so much for having me.
Not a problem, man. We'll be back. Have some more episodes here of Up on the Wire podcast, y'all. Thanks for tuning in.